Welcome back to our channel once more, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for choosing our show. Ladies and gentlemen, President William Samoei Ruto is a man under siege, and trouble is following William Ruto. Wherever he goes, I've got a feeling that his gods have forsaken him. William Ruto is not only facing the rejection from his own people, but there is another tag on him. Leaders are now calling upon the ICC to come and investigate the atrocities that have been meted on innocent Kenyans, especially after the demonstration that have gone on led by Gen Zs. It is now very shockingly revealed that we've lost about 60 people within a very short, is it 1 month or so. Many have been maimed, others kidnapped, and leaders are saying we cannot continue on this trajectory. Rigathi once said that he's ready after the US tour to head directly to The Hague.
The killings that are taking place in Kenya are all crimes under the Rome Statute and are admissible before the International Criminal Court. I want to confirm that we have put up a team that is documenting all the atrocities, all the killings, all the displacements, all the disappearances, all the abductions. And we have a team that is putting evidence together to take William Ruto to the ICC at The Hague. And you know the case against him for the 2007 post-election violence was not concluded. It was put on hold when witnesses disappeared. So his file is still open. In addition, we have formed a committee under Justin Muturi, the former Attorney General, the Committee on Restorative Justice, that again is looking at issues that when we form government, we will look into the composition of Gen Zs who have been abducted and killed and other families that have faced atrocities under this administration.
Now it comes out that it is not only Rigathi Gachagua. Several leaders, one of them is David Maraga, the former IG, who has now come out in the open and is asking to be given a chance to govern this country. And very painfully, and Maraga is now warning President Ruto that the ICC will be in the country sooner than he thinks, and this time round, things are going to be different. Kindly listen to David Maraga.
They are watching. When they take action, it is in accordance with the statute. I mean, the Rome Statute. And I'm sure I will not be surprised kupata ati wamerudi. Wakati ule ni washahidi walikosa. Those people are not fools. This time around they could do their investigations very well na warudiwe. Lakini ile ambao ninaona hata kwa news internationally, the whole world is shocked by what is happening in Kenya. Not in a state of war to have 60 people dying in less than a month, to have reckless statements being made by none other than the president that is not normal. Mimi sifikiri that wakati huu kunaweza kuwa na dialogue ambayo itakuja kushughulikia vijana madai yao. Waliahidiwa mambo ambao wangefanyiwa na wakati huu the young people feel rigged out.
Now I listened to David Maraga and I've realized it really pains Maraga that we have lost youth. Remember, Maraga is banking on the Gen Z votes, on the vote from the youths, and therefore when they are killed, he really feels very bad. Here's another speech earlier where he was really saying that anyone who is in the country doesn't need to be told, it doesn't require rocket science to understand that this government is a butcher, and he really feels that the only remedy is to do an overhaul come 2027 so that we don't live in fear. You know, right now people are living in fear. Listen to Maraga earlier talking about the killings, and he was wondering, surely
vile nchi yetu inaendelea ni kitu ambao mnataka kuelezewa? Mumesikia nchi ambao rais anasema watu yake wapigwe risasi? Mumesikia nchi ambao rais anasema watu wapigwe risasi? Mumesikia nchi ambao vijana 60 wa mwisho ni Lilian Njoki ambaye aliwawa huko Nanyuki. Mwisho, vijana wamewawa 60 na zaidi kwa mwezi moja, na tunaambiwa wengine watapiwa marisasi mguu. Aliposema hivyo, wengine wakasema hapana, piga mguu. Piga wapi? Piga na kufanya nini? Na kuua. Tuko na vita? Tuko kwa vita? Hiyo hatuwezi kuendelea.
I remember when the Azimio led their supporters to the streets. At some point, they were beaten, they were maimed, they were also killed, until lawyers of Azimio, led by Mwangi, whom I think has been given a job in Ruto's government, wrote a letter accusing Ruto and the former IG, Japhet Koome, of making atrocities using extrajudicial force on their members. Right now, things have changed and they are in government. I don't know whether they will go and withdraw the earlier submission that they had made to the Hague. But ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to tell you why this is worrying William Ruto, because things are not the same as they were when he first tasted the bitter environment and the bitter experience of the Hague. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, please like and share this video. I want to give you reasons why this must worry William Ruto. Number one, the international media has come out to corroborate the accusation. Just the other time, the BBC released a documentary that accused Ruto as the commander-in-chief, accused the military and the police as a united force that ganged up against Gen Zs when they stormed parliament. And BBC concluded that this was a deliberate killing of youths in the country who are just but demonstrating in accordance with our constitution. So with the international media, coming out, the ICC is also watching. They can't just invite themselves, but they see what is happening. So with the evidence given by the BBC, I think this is going to give them weight, because this is a documentary that was released and they have done it for over a period of time, collecting evidence. So this is going to worry William Samoei Ruto. William Ruto has crucified himself. Why? He has been on record calling upon the police to shoot those who he believes are perpetrators of looting. And then, in accordance to the constitution, I don't think shooting is one of them. William Ruto must uphold the constitution. And so this will be used against him, because I have seen legal minds say that, number one, this is a breach to our constitution. Number two, William Ruto has always said that he does not have the direct orders to the police. He says the police is independent and they only take orders from the Inspector General. Yet in public, he comes and says, shoot. In fact, he used a very bitter term that you shoot them, break their legs, they go to the hospital as they go to jail or something. So by calling it himself, really, he cannot escape this trap, because he has shot himself in the foot. When he will be at the Hague, I don't think he will escape it. Number three, the ICC has got Ruto's record. The first time he appeared there, I don't know whether the cases were terminated or suspended. That is something that I don't understand. I have heard legal minds differ. Some are saying it was terminated. Others are saying that the cases were just suspended, and therefore William Ruto stands a higher risk when he sets foot in the Hague. The lawyers will argue that, the other time, and by the way, the reason why I think most of them were released was because most of the witnesses died, others were afraid, and therefore I think they even recanted some of the statements that they had made. So this time round, the lawyers would go there and say that this is now the president of the country, and he stands, even a better chance of intimidating and eliminating, evidences. So having that record, especially what happened to the witnesses. I think this will add more weight in case he visits The Hague. He has no one to blame this time round. He is the president. He is the ultimate authority. He's got all the instruments of power. He cannot pass the blame to anyone. They will say he was the commander-in-chief. He was the one ordering everything. If it is the military, he was the one in charge. He has pronounced himself. So he has got no any other person to blame this time round. All the blame will be on him. And the last reason why I believe this scares Ruto and the NIS, the deep state and all this is because this time round witnesses are available. I'm sure if Maraga is called upon to become a witness, he will. He's been one of the judges. He's been one of the lawyers representing those who have been kidnapped. So he will be there. The Law Society of Kenya, the Kenya National Commission of Human Rights will be there. Some of the independent institutions that look at the human rights violation will be there. There will be quite a number of legal minds, witnesses who will be ready. Rigathi said that, headed by the former advisor to the government, J.B. Muturi, they are busy collecting evidences, and they will be in The Hague. So there will be a battery of lawyers and witnesses. And so this time round, should someone makes a move to report William Ruto to The Hague, the ICC will come, and it will be very difficult. It will be a very difficult moment for William Samoei Ruto. So ladies and gentlemen, Maraga, I've never seen Maraga angry like that. I think the imagination that we have killed 60 people within a short time is something that is really worrying, because if we have to go to that trend, I mean, by the end of just 1 year, how many shall we have killed? And I remember them asking that, how many people does Raila want to die? How much blood does Raila want to shed for him to stay or get power? This time around, the question is now upon William Ruto. How much blood? How many people? They accused Uhuru Kenyatta of some container of blood, people like Dennis Itumbi. Today, the container of blood, the Kenyan soil has really sucked a lot of blood from our people after being butchered. I don't know what you think, but there seems to be this urgent call for ICC. You know, you can claim that the Kikuyu does not want you in power. That is what they are calling for, one term. But how can you justify the killing of people? How will you even claim that, how will you blame the Kikuyu on this? Yet people are dying from different quarters. The other time it was Albert Ojwang. Albert Ojwang is not a Kikuyu. So how will you convince people that this is the Kikuyu nation is the one that is now piling pressure on you? You've killed, the people have been killed under your watch. You're the commander-in-chief. Ladies and gentlemen, it's boiling. I don't know how it's gonna end, but I feel something is looming in the offing. There's a wind of change that is blowing.